If someone doesn't like you, let them be. In life, no one is exempt from being disliked by someone. No matter how kind, sincere, or well-intentioned we are, there will always be those who disapprove of us. This is simply because the world is filled with people of diverse opinions, perspectives, and experiences. It is impossible to make everyone love or appreciate us. Often, we find ourselves striving to please others, thinking that if we do our best, we will earn their affection and approval. But in the end, no matter how much effort we put in, there will still be those who find reasons to criticize or dislike us. So instead of exhausting ourselves trying to win over every person, the real challenge lies in training our minds to remain unshaken, learning to be at peace, whether we are loved or disliked. Today, let us explore a Buddhist perspective that will help us let go of this unnecessary burden and find true contentment within ourselves. Why do we worry about who likes or dislikes us? Human beings are social creatures. From childhood, we are conditioned to seek acceptance. We grow up being told to be good so that our parents, teachers, and friends will approve of us. Society often teaches us that being liked is synonymous with being successful. But as we grow older, we realize that the world does not function according to our expectations. We cannot make everyone like us, and the harder we try to please others, the more we drain ourselves, because people's desires and opinions are endless. Think about it. If we keep changing ourselves to gain one person's approval, we will eventually have to change again for another, and then another. In this endless cycle, where do we stand? How can we ever be our true selves? In the Buddhist scriptures, even the Buddha himself faced criticism. Despite his wisdom and compassion, there were still those who misunderstood or envied him. But he remained unshaken, understanding that praise and blame are merely passing winds. What truly matters is staying rooted in goodness and not letting the words of others dictate our sense of self-worth. Everyone sees the world differently. It is essential to understand that every person has their own perspective. People's opinions are shaped by their upbringing, experiences, and personal biases. If someone dislikes us, it may not be because we have done something wrong. Rather, it could be a reflection of their own outlook on life. We may be sincere, but to some, our honesty might come across as blunt. We may be introverted, but others might perceive it as arrogance. We may have good intentions, but some may suspect hidden motives. This is why disapproval is often not about right or wrong. It is simply a matter of different viewpoints. Consider the story of Devdatta, a cousin of the Buddha. Devdatta was once a monk, but became envious of the Buddha's wisdom and following. His jealousy led him to try and undermine the Buddha, even attempting to harm him. The Buddha did not retaliate or let Devdatta's hatred disturb his inner peace. This teaches us a profound lesson. Sometimes, people dislike us not because of our actions, but because of their own inner struggles. Thus, we should not let their negativity take root in our hearts. What should we do when someone dislikes us? When we realize that someone does not like us, the first step is self-reflection. Have we done anything wrong? If we have, we should correct it. But if we have done no harm, then there is no reason to let their disapproval trouble us. The Buddha taught the importance of letting go of unnecessary worries. We cannot force people to love or appreciate us, but we can choose to stay true to ourselves and continue doing what is right. There is a story about a man who once insulted the Buddha. The Buddha simply listened without reacting. The man, confused, asked, "Why do you not get angry?" The Buddha replied, "If someone offers you a gift and you do not accept it, to whom does the gift belong? Likewise, if someone insults me and I do not take it to heart, the insult remains with them, not with me." This wisdom teaches us that if we do not internalize others' negativity, it remains theirs. It does not define us. We cannot please everyone. One of the greatest sources of suffering is the attempt to make everyone happy. But the truth is, No matter how kind or diligent we are, there will always be those who criticize us. Think about food. One person may love spicy dishes, while another finds them unbearable. The food itself is the same, but people's opinions vary. Similarly, we may be kind, honest, and well-meaning, yet some people will still disapprove of us for reasons beyond our control. Even the Buddha, a being of perfect wisdom and compassion, had critics. Figures like Devdatta and others in society found reasons to oppose him. If the Buddha himself could not escape judgment, why should we expect to? In today's world, even the most admired public figures have critics. Celebrities, leaders, and even philanthropists, no matter how much good they do, there will always be those who doubt or dislike them. Rather than changing ourselves to fit everyone's expectations, we should ask ourselves, am I doing my best? If the answer is yes, then that is enough. Other people's opinions do not define our worth. Redirecting our focus from others to ourselves instead of wasting time worrying about who likes or dislikes us, we should redirect our focus. Ask yourself, am I living my life meaningfully? Rather than overthinking a colleague's disapproval, use that energy for self-improvement. Instead of dwelling on a friend's indifference, invest in relationships that nurture and uplift you. There is a saying, if you live to gain everyone's approval, you will never truly live. Our energy is better spent cultivating personal growth and happiness than trying to win over every person. Strengthening the mind and letting go does not mean ignoring or suppressing feelings. It means freeing ourselves from attachment to external validation. We do not need universal approval. We need inner peace. To cultivate this, we can practice 1. Mindfulness. Whenever we feel upset by someone's opinion of us, take a deep breath, observe the thought, and let it pass. 2. Wisdom. Understand that people's opinions change. Someone who dislikes us today may appreciate us tomorrow, and vice versa. 3. Self-acceptance. The only validation that truly matters is our own. If we recognize our worth, we do not need approval from others. Final thoughts. Love yourself and let go. Nobody in this world will understand or value us more than we do ourselves. If we rely on others to define our worth, we will always be at their mercy. So instead, let us embrace our strengths, accept our imperfections, and walk our path with confidence. Understand that different people have different perspectives. Stop trying to please everyone. Focus on self-improvement rather than external validation. Strengthen the mind, let go, and move forward with peace. If we practice these principles, we will find freedom from the endless cycle of seeking approval. So, if someone doesn't like you, let them be. What matters most is that you live your life with joy, integrity, and authenticity. Share this video with someone you love and care about, someone who might need this message today. Let them know that they don't have to seek approval from everyone and that true happiness comes from within.